Hey guys, welcome. How are you? Buenas tardes, buenos días.
Buenas noches.
This is La Barb.
This is Estela.
And welcome to
Cafecito and Crying.
Well, this is the end of, or the beginning. So it's the end of our spooky season.
Sí.
And it's the beginning of our Thanksgiving era.
Oh.
Fall's coming. I don't know. But yeah, so it's end of Thanksgiving. I mean, Christmas. Oh shit.
Wow. Halloween. So I hope everybody had a good Halloween. Our Halloween it's not Halloween yet. So when we're recording. Anyways, so what are we talking about today, Estela? Yes. Today we're going to be talking about...
Hold on. We're on full-on costume.
Yes, you are on full-on costume.
I am Chalino Sanchez at the moment.
Michael Myers. Half
Chalino, half Michael Myers. And we're drinking Trulies.
Yes. No cafecito.
No cafecito today because it's a little bit later in the day.
Yeah. Anyways, yes. So we're in costume because it's still October, pero this is not an October episode anymore. Spooky season is done. But this episode is still spooky. This episode is still kind of spooky because it's Thanksgiving, because it takes place during Thanksgiving weekend. Pero it's spooky, not gonna lie.
Not only that, but I feel like we're trying to hold on to it.
Yeah, for sure.
What were you for Christmas? For Halloween?
I was a witch.
A witch?
Yes. A lazy witch, but a witch nonetheless. Because I have a hat, right? ¿Verdad?
Yeah, I guess.
That makes me a witch because I tengo un sombrero.
Yeah. And then I was a Catrina, which I thought looked way better than I thought it was going to look.
It looked good.
Like, it looked like I really tried.
It looks
and
like
I really didn't.
It looks like it was actual makeup that you did it on your face. But no.
All I did was go and get
the stickers.
A sticker tattoo thing, and I put it on.
My face. Your face.
That's it.
Hey,
but it was cool. It was good. Worked. Everybody else, I hope everybody else's Halloween
was cool.
And fun.
And safe.
Yeah, and safe. And you kept yourself safe and checked all your candy.
Yep.
Because you never know.
And didn't drink and drive.
Didn't drink and drive, please. Drinking and driving is not okay. So what we got?
First, I wanted to go over a couple of things.
A couple things.
Wait, when you mean a couple of things, do you mean literally two things?
I think there's more than one.
Just more than two, right?
I think so.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Maybe a few things. I would like to go over a few things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to go over a few things.
Okay, let's do it.
Last week's episode, Todas y Babosa, when I was giving out the fun fact, right? I mispronounced the name of the town. It's not Plymouth, Babosa. It's Plymouth.
Yeah, it's Plymouth.
I said Plymouth, and no me dijiste nada?
No, because I didn't know what it was. I never seen this. If I would have seen it, I'd be like, oh, that's Plymouth. Like Plymouth.
So and so, blah, blah, blah.
No, but Plymouth, isn't that also somewhere where there's a rock or something? Plymouth Rock?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Something about it's like American history.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. My pleasure.
Yeah. So yeah, it is Plymouth.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. And also, remember how we told you that Sheila Keene's case or a little bit of trial was going to start on October 21st?
Yes.
Well, it did not. It got delayed. Again. So I think the next hearing is sometime in December. So we'll keep an eye out for that because we're really interested.
We're invested.
We're invested.
100%.
And also, I was talking kind of weird last episode because I had my Invisalign on, but I made sure to take it off today because it sounded weird when I was editing.
I wanted to tell you that, but I really thought that maybe we needed to get used to you sounding this way, so I didn't say nothing.
Yeah. So, but no, I'm going to take it off. Yeah. Or maybe later on when I'm used to it more speaking. Mm-hmm.
And so she's working on it. We're going to Johnny Dang to get us a few. Pero right now we're making the mold for the grill, so that's where we're at.
It's really pricey.
Her diamond grill, Because see, she has actual...
Imagínate.
She has actual money for a grill. I get the foil grill. Because sopita de rice, sopita de pollo. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. If you're
Dude, I swear to God, if you're from Houston and you know that, you know that. But I swear to God, I really did think Chingo Bling was in the fucking Nelly version of that song. So I went to Dallas and I heard the song and I was like, where the fuck is Chingo Bling?
Yeah.
And then my family, I think one of my nephews was like, "Tia, they don't
do that here.
Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is not the fucking song. Like, play the... Like, I really did think that Chingo Bling was going to bust out over there. Sopita de rice. And I was like, there's no sopita de rice in there. You know.
But now you know. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So Estella's working on her grill. So that's why she sounded a little weirdo. But today, she's going to sound
regular.
Less weird.
I'm still mispronouncing words.
Because that's what we do.
That's what we do
and not
here.
only that, because we're drinking.
Yeah. But what is this? 4% alcohol? That's...
No, last night I got throat.
Well, last night was different because last night was like 15% alcohol.
Bitch. And I was the only one drinking it. And it was hot because it had no ice.
The ice had already melted.
So, yeah, we had...
Oh, could we have put...
ice in it? That'd be great.
No. The one that...
Wow.
Dry ice.
No, it's very bad for you to drink dry ice.
No, but I think there's some that...
like edible dry ice? Is there something?
No, you could just leave it in your drink. You just don't drink it. And then usually for the special effects.
Fuck that. I was drinking. So we had a little party last night. We had a mishap with our food. So we were running around everywhere late trying to find food. And the kids were like, come on. By the time we got there, everything was already melted and shit. But we still had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was so much fun. I got so fucking drunk.
Anyway, let's get into the story because it's been like 7 minutes. So for today's case, we're going to the state of California. I don't think we've been to the state of California, have we?
I want to say no. I don't know. Maybe.
Not like we're actually taking place, right? Like actually happens in California. I don't think so. Not that it matters.
So.
But
I've never been in California either, so it's cool.
Okay. So we're going to the state of California, like I just literally said. And California's weird fun fact.
Oh, you're going to do the whole state of California?
Yeah, well, it's like a town in California, but it's not the town that the case takes place at.
Oh,
but it's within the state of California. So it says that in the city of Blythe, California, it is against the law to wear cowboy boots unless you own at least dos vacas.
Dos vacas.
So you can't wear cowboy boots, okay? Because it's against the law.
Are we talking about vacas like real vacas or like
no,
vacas
like real
meat?
cows? Like real cows.
That's fucked up. We would be in trouble. We would be in fucking trouble.
That's why we don't live in Blythe, California.
I think that's actually kind of mean.
You think so?
Yeah, that's unnecessary.
What if you're just trying to vibe cowboyish, right?
What if you're just trying to vibe?
Yeah.
Like what do you mean illegal? Like what's going to happen if you do it? You get like time or what?
I don't think you're going to go to prison. Or jail.
I mean, yo lo que quiero saber es por qué eso tiene que ser una ley.
Do you have to show like, hey, these are my cow's birth certificates?
Estoy en la pinche calle chileando con mis botas chingonas, you know, whatever, white ones, of course, with bling on them, because that's what we do. Y luego llega un cop, like, are you wearing boots? Show me your cow certificates.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Does that happen?
I need to know this information.
Yeah.
Porque what if I go to Blythe one day and I need to wear my boots because, I mean, my boots are comfortable.
Can you be like, hey, I'm from out of town, but I do own cows over there?
Let's take a quick break. Persons of Interest is back, and it's bigger than ever.
That scream will echo in my head for many years.
Taser! 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 He's gonna shoot!
Oi! Shot fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Stay out! You got a gun on you!
He had the perfect aim.
I am absolutely stressed at that point. I have no idea where my officers are.
Persons of Interest available everywhere you get your podcasts.
Right?
I mean, I don't know. I need to know this information, but that's very interesting.
Yeah, you could be like, well, I know I'm in Blythe, but I'm from Texas, so I have cowboy boots.
I'm from Houston. My cows can't travel with me.
Right.
Ni modo que las eches en una bolsa y te las lleves.
We could just be like, we know people that have cows.
No, I don't think so. Let's not. I don't like this.
Yeah.
Blythe, you're already on my radar. Yeehaw.
I'm not going there. Do you even know where it's at in California?
No, y me vale madre porque nunca voy. I'm not going to go because...
Be like, if I'm going to California, that's not the place that I would go to.
That's not the place that I would go to, first of all. Second of all, I feel like that is unnecessary. That law should be banned. Who do we need to call?
I don't care because I don't live there.
Yeah, that's true. But that's not real. That's not good.
No, like why?
It just makes no sense.
Why not horses? Why does it have to be cows?
Why not pigs?
Or why now? Why not any other animal? Or why do you
dog.
even have to own an animal that's a farm animal anyway?
Ya pues ya me dio calor con mi hat de Chalino Sánchez, so
¿Tu
me lo voy a
sombrero?
quitar, mi sombrero.
Yo también.
Porque ya me dio calor.
Me too.
Pero I'm gonna keep it here por si me dan ganas de ponérmelo otra vez. ¿Y luego qué pasó en Blythe?
So that's Blythe, but we're not going to Blythe. We're going to Orange County, California.
Orange County, okay.
Yeah, but we're not going to start in Orange County. Eventually, we're going to move to Orange County, okay?
Ya me confundí, pero dale.
So Omaima Margaret was born in 1968.
That's her name.
See, that's her first and
Omaima.
Omaima. She's, hold on, wait. So that's her first and middle name. I don't think that's her last name.
Omaima Marie.
Ari.
Ari.
Yes.
Omaima Ari.
She was born in 1968 in southern Egypt, near the Sudanese border.
We've talked about somebody that was from Egypt in our channel or in our
Yeah, you did the case of the
the sisters.
Yeah, the sisters. So there aren't really many details about her like family or how she grew up. It's just kind of known that she lived in a poor village and that her home life was just like really bad. Her dad was a violent man and who would like beat her up, and I'm assuming would beat up her mom también.
Pinches viejos.
And when she was 7, she had a genital mutilation, which
What
is
the fuck?
which is a tradition in Africa.
No way. No. That's another place I'm not going.
It was performed by the women in her village with no anesthesia and no sterilized instruments.
Ouch.
And she was 7, bro.
No puede ser.
Okay, so I was like, why? Like, why is this a thing, right?
Yeah, definitely. I need to know this information.
So FMG, which is female genital mutilation, is what kind of found like the background on it and why this happens. I found an article on the BMC Women's Health website, and it reads, and I quote, "The behavior of women and their sexual behavior in particular reflects not only on their own honor, but also that of their family. In such context, it is important for families to guard the virginity and reputation of daughters until marriage. For instance, in Egypt, the loss of virginity prior to marriage is often considered a disgrace that may even lead to honor killings. To this end, families and communities tend to strictly control the social and sexual behavior of women by restrictive norms on their social participation, particularly their interactions with the other sex. These norms can be manifested through strict dress codes, and in some societies, FMG."
Wow.
Yep.
So basically, les hacen esto para estar seguros de que...
They're not going to be having sex because it's painful after.
No shit.
Yeah, for them too. Where's my clip? Oh, it's right here. But dude, at 7 or at, you're a child and just know.
How about just tell them not to do it instead of hurting them like that? I mean, shit. Oh, that's just horrible.
And it happens to this day, It happens to this day. So that's how she grew up, Omaima.
And and I do respect everybody's different
cultures,
and I understand that everybody's different y sí está bien que todos hacemos las cosas diferentes, pero ya cuando empiezas a hacer algo así, like where is the limit? Like where does where does the ¿cómo se llama? Where do you draw the line? Like damn,
yeah.
Me dio escalofrío.
So at some point, Omaima's parents se separaron. I think the mom finally told the dad, "Hey, I'm leaving you."
After
blah blah. Yeah. Do he would treat them like shit. So se separaron. They got divorced, and Omaima y su mamá, they moved to Cairo. So in Cairo they lived in the slums, and I believe the area is called the City of the Dead, porque the homes is like cemeteries. Initially, the area was a burial site, and over time, people started building their homes in between like the tombs and shit. So abres tu front door, in your front yard hay como 4 headstones.
Oh, like, hey, what's up? Chilling, nada aquí estamos bien.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the largest slum, I think, in Cairo. It's like 1 million people live there. Over 1 million people.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. ¿Te imaginas cómo han de estar todos metidos como
Encima de todos, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
So in 1986, Omaima ya tenía 18 años. So we're in 1986. Y she met an American in Cairo. And he was working there. He was in the oil industry. So ella estaba trabajando. Now, I'm not sure how old he was or how they met.
But if he was in the oil industry and he was already far away, he probably over 18 for sure.
Oh, or over 19 and 20.
Yeah. Or even over 25 sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they met and they got involved for however, como pasó. Su familia de ella was like, hey, you need to get married with this man. Because, over there, you can't be just hanging out with people and be like, oh, we're dating. No, you can't be dating. You're going to be married if you're dating, right? Or if you're even like touching each other's hands and shit. Omaima was like, okay, cool. I'll get married with him. And he agreed. And
pues sí, chingón.
yeah, because she was like, okay, so if I get married with this American, he's going to get me out of here. He's going to get me out of the slums. She's going to have somebody that would take care of her. So se casaron. Y cuando el trabajo ahí se le acabó al muchacho, señor, quién sabe, they leave Egypt, Cairo, y they come to Texas. Porque de aquí era su husband.
Pues sí, porque he's in the oil field.
Yeah. So they're in Texas now. And not long after their arrival here, the newlyweds, I don't know what happened, but they separated and got divorced.
No, pero es que ella no se estaba casando con él para estar chileando, güey. O sea,
Porque
ella se
quería.
casó porque she was having a rough life in Cairo. Like, fuck all this shit. Voy a ver que I'm gonna,
And she was still 18 at the
She's a
time.
baby.
Yeah,
like,
she's a kid.
Shit, a kid, yeah.
And you're in a whole new country, casi no sabe inglés. She's barely getting by. So se separaron, and like I said, she's not freshly 18, but she's 18. She's a kid. She's in America, toda sola. And for the next few years or so, she got by meeting men in bars and stuff, and se metía, or she'd get into relationships with them. She wanted someone to look after her, and once she got what she needed from them, or them from
como
her.
Como vividora. O sea,
Yeah.
they would just get what she wanted. Not like a prostitute per se,
No,
pero
because
like
they're in relationships, right?
Quería como sus dineros, whatever. But she didn't get involved emotionally. ¿Verdad?
Right.
Okay,
She
okay,
just
okay.
wanted somebody to take care of her
Okay.
por un ratito, and I guess they just wanted sex from her. So they both got what they wanted, and then
Was she good looking?
Yeah, oh, she was beautiful.
Beautiful. I can just imagine.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was beautiful. And then they'd be done. Yeah, each one would go their own ways. Now, in 1991, Omaima made her way to Orange County, California. And there she worked as a part-time model. And she también limpiaba casas, or she would babysit to make money. So, she had to do what she had to do, right?
Yeah.
And one night in October, still of 1991, she was out at a bar when she caught the eye of 56-year-old William Nelson.
Su madre, 56.
And he went by Bill. So
She's 19? No, by this time she's in 20s?
She's 23.
23. And he's 56?
Yes.
Su pinche madre.
He went by Bill, so I'm going to refer to him as Bill for the rest of the case.
Yeah.
Bill was described as having like a big-ass personality. He was very vibrant and loud, and la gente lo notaba.
Oh, it reminds me of somebody. Me?
You're not a man.
No, but I'm vibrant and loud.
And loud.
Yeah.
And people noticed him when he was in a room because of it, but also because he was 6'4".
I'm tall.
Yeah. So he was also from Texas.
Oh, look at him. We're like fucking twins.
And he dressed the part.
Oh, really?
You don't dress the part.
Nah, I don't.
It stopped. That was good enough. It stopped there. You have
It
glitter
stopped
on your
there.
chin.
It's up there. It's okay.
He wore like the big.
That's what I do. It's because I sweat glitter, bitch.
He had like the big ass belt buckle and shit. And when they
Es todo,
described that,
compa.
like I'm like, it probably had like a longhorn on it or
Sí,
something.
es todo.
And
No,
he-
a Texas flag. No, sí. O dos pinches gallos peleándose and shit.
I think that's Mexicans.
Hey, I don't give a fuck with that shit. Hey, you know what? The big ass one con los dos gallos peleándose, o te ponías like Zacatecas, or like where you were from. Yeah.
He wore cowboy boots también. Not those big pointy ones, lo que miras en Escapade. No, así no. Just regular cowboy boots.
The regular one.
Like when you go to the rodeo.
Pero did he have cows? Could he wear them in California?
Oh, he was wearing them in California. He didn't give a fuck.
He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. And he drove a red Corvette.
As he should.
Yep. And he gave the impression of having money, like tenía dinero. También I think he even said that he owned like a cattle ranch.
Ah, pues él sí te podía tener entonces.
Yeah.
Se podía poner las botas, güey.
Yeah, exactly.
En Bellevue.
Orange
en Belmont.
County?
¿Cómo se llamaba?
Blythe.
En Bellevue. What
No.
the fuck?
Where'd you get Bellevue from?
No.
So, el señor estaba grandote. Obviously, he had 5 kids and he had 17 grandchildren.
A su pinche madre.
So, obviously, he had lived a life.
He
had lived a life. And he was old enough to be Omaima's dad.
Almost his grandpa, bro.
Yeah. And obviously, she tended to go for older men because she said that she thought they were nicer and would treat her better. And I'm sure she also thought that they were like settled and had money somehow,
Yeah. Or in her mind, at least.
Yes, in her mind, yeah. Well, esa noche they hit it off and they started dating immediately.
Sí, porque traía las botas.
Yeah,
It was
y
the
the red Corvette.
Y el belt buckle con
And the
los
belt
dos
buckle
y
y
con
todo.
los dos
And he
fighting.
was 6'4".
Con los dos fighting gallos and stuff. Yeah.
They were like obsessed with each other, parecían teenagers, just, out and about, in love. So a month into the relationship, Bill asked Omaima que lo acompañara on a road trip with him. He was going to go to Texas and Arkansas.
In the vet.
Yeah, they were going to go to Texas, or he was going to go to Texas and Arkansas to visit family and friends. So he invited her to go along with him. Y esta le dijo que sí.
Pues sí, pues ¿qué tenía que hacer?
No.
Nada, compa, se va.
And he's going to, pay for everything or whatever. So their first stop was Phoenix, Arizona, where they decided to make things official y se casaron.
A la madre.
Yeah.
They had been, how long had they been knowing each other?
A month.
Holy shit. A ver, cásate tú en un mes.
Oh, no. Absolutely not. Se casaron in Phoenix, Arizona, blah, blah, blah. And then they continue on their way to Texas and Arkansas. Cuando llegaron, los hijos de Bill la conocieron, especially, I think, one of his daughters. They were like sus.
Yeah,
of her.
I mean, okay.
I mean, who wouldn't, right? Honestly.
Vamos a ver.
Okay, like I know age is just a number, but
Not
wouldn't
only
you?
that, pero la acabas de conocer, tienes un mes y ya te casaste. Like, I mean, sadly, a lot of the times cuando empiezas cosas, and not everybody's the same.
Right.
Not everybody's the same, pero sometimes whenever things go so fast, they don't really.
You just kind of like squint your eyes at it, right?
You don't know them like that. You don't know where she's come from, nothing like that. So, I mean, I would kind of be like, ¿y este qué pedo?
Yeah. They didn't see how the relationship could work because, Omaima is super young. Omaima was younger than his kids.
Yeah.
But they saw that Bill was happy. So they're like, so she's making it happy.
Him.
Yeah. So they were like, we're willing to give her the benefit of the doubt, right?
Okay.
Right?
I like that.
So after making their rounds, visiting the family and the friends, they're returned back to Orange County, California. On Thanksgiving Day, still of 1991, which was a Thursday, obviously, November 28th, Bill spoke to his daughter and he told her about his plans with Omaima, that they were just going to spend it at home, just them two, right?
Yeah.
So they hung up the phone and that was the last time anybody would fucking talk to Bill.
Holy shit.
It. On December 1st, a guy named Jose, who had previously gone out on a couple of dates with Omaima a year prior, somebody knocked at his door super early in la madrugada. And when he looked through his blinds, through his cortinas, he saw a red Corvette. He was like, I don't know who that is. So no les abrió la puerta y se fue a acostar. And he se fue a dormir otra vez. At around 2 p.m., again, somebody started knocking on his door. So he opened it. It was Omaima.
Okay.
Omaima estaba llorando. She was distraught and she was crying and she was asking for his help. So le abrió la puerta, le dijo que se metiera y toda la cosa. And then he was like, what's wrong? And Omaima tells Jose that her husband, Bill, had been keeping her hostage. He had tied her up and he had beat her and raped her and that he had been making her participate in like a bondage-like activities in the bedroom. And también le dijo que...
Against her will.
Against her will, yeah.
Okay.
And that she managed to escape by getting one of her hands loose because she had been tied up. She grabbed a lamp and broke it over his head. That she hit him so hard that he died. That she killed him.
Okay.
After telling him all of this, she asked him to help her dispose of his body. That she had already cut his body up into pieces and place the body parts in trash bags. That she now needed the help of somebody with a vehicle or like a truck or something to help her dispose of the body.
No.
And then Jose even later goes on to say que hasta le ofreció dinero. Omaima le dijo a Jose, according to him, that Bill had $75,000 in a safe at their home. They lived in an apartment complex and a couple of motorcycles, and that she could hand that over to him as payment for helping her.
What the fuck?
So Jose's like, okay, cool. Just wait right here. I'm going to go get a vehicle, so I can help you. So he's like, I'm going to go find a truck. So ahí se queda, and then Jose leaves the apartment, and then he just finds like the nearest payphone, and he fucking calls the police.
As you should. You know what? That bitch of the fucking story, Jose.
Yeah.
Because no, I was about to say, I don't give a fuck how many motorcycles you want to give me. I'm not touching no fucking bags. Vete a la verga, hell
That
nah.
has body parts.
That has body parts. Fuck that. And you want to involve me? Fuck you. Hell no. Not on my watch, shit.
So llega la policía to Jose's apartment, and they notice that Omaima had been, she looked rough. I mean, kind of, Jose les dijo todo lo que Omaima le había dicho. So it kind of be like, okay, so she does look kind of shitty.
Como que it made sense.
She went she went through it, right? She had lacerations, she had scratches, she had like contusions. You could see it. And when they confronted her about, like I said, what Jose had told them, she says that it wasn't true.
What?
She just told him that Bill was away on business in Florida or something like that, and that she just couldn't get a hold of him. So
¿Está loca la pinche vieja o qué?
the police didn't really believe her. They were like,
yeah.
ma'am, obviously something is wrong because,
Yeah.
like I said, she looked like shit. I'm sorry, not like shit, but she looked like something had happened to her. So they were definitely sus. And enough so that they were like, okay, how did you get here? Blah, blah. She was like, oh, the Corvette's are outside. And they go and they search the Corvette. And remember, this is Bill's car. The Corvette is Bill's car.
So my question is, did she have the bags with her?
We're about to get there.
Okay.
So when the police look inside the car, they see a black trash bag on the passenger seat.
No, ma'am.
And one of the officers looks inside of it and immediately just drops it because he saw what looks like fucking organs
No, ma'am.
inside of the bag.
So, que dijo, let me put this kidney and let me put this heart and let me put this in this bag and let's go in the vet for a ride. Fuck that. No.
So they call it, Popo calls a coroner.
Phew.
So, I mean, like, when they need a coroner to come to the scene. Y llega el coroner, and sure enough, he looks into the bag, and then he even points out to one of the officers. They're like, hey, do you see these dark spots here? They were carbon from smoking. So that was his lungs.
Oh, hell no. I mean, I'm not no butcher, but I sounded real country, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not no butcher, but it must have been hard to sit there and carve all of this shit out. Like to carve somebody...
Organs out?
Organs out?
Yeah. Because she had told
Think
Jose that
about
she
it.
cut him up. So it's one thing if you cut up a body, but why are the organs out of the body?
Think about it. Like, abrir a alguien a un punto donde está sacando todo, like, to where maybe in pieces, because she said, do you see that it looks like it's the man's lungs? So, like, en pedazos. But did she, like, fucking scoop it out? Ni que fuera pinche, like, fucking
A pathologist?
pozole and shit. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You got to be all sorts of fucked up to do some shit like that.
Obviously, Omaima gets taken into custody. You think, right?
No, ahí la van a dejar la compa.
To get interrogated. And her interrogation lasted about 3 to 4 hours. At first, they asked her about what she told Jose, que Jose les había dicho that she had said when she got to his place about Bill being dead. And she denied saying that she said that to Jose.
Okay, pero let's rewind a little bit. Dice Jose que le había dicho that she was gotten beat and all this other stuff, right?
Yeah.
But then when the cops got there, she said, no, I just haven't talked to my husband.
He's away on business.
But then you have his lungs in your fucking front?
But that's the thing. They don't know that that's Bill yet, right?
Oh,
They haven't identified him.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got confused. Okay, got it. Pero él sí le dijo, a Jose le dijo that she had cut him up.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So she denied saying that and said that Jose was lying, that he was on acid.
No,
Okay.
manita.
And when she was asked about the bag of organs that were found in the Corvette that she was driving, she told them that she feared Bill had killed someone and that he was a bad man.
Okay.
And the reason why she said that is that Bill used to be like a pilot and he got caught smuggling weed or drugs from Mexico to the U.S. and he ended up going to federal prison for it.
Okay. But there's one thing of smuggling weed, cutting up people and putting them in the fucking bag.
Which, yeah, for that, he ended up getting paroled out of. And so because of that, she claimed that he wasn't just into drugs or smuggling drugs or was running drugs. He was actually worse than that. Like, he used to, like, rape women and and all these other types of crimes that he'd do.
Oh, okay. But they never caught him.
Right.
Okay.
So she does say that he tied her up, si les dice, and that he raped her. And at that point, she still maintained that Bill was alive, but she didn't really give any details on how she managed to escape him. And she said that she didn't know how, but she just knew that he wasn't dead. Y de ahí no la sacaban.
Pero she didn't know that he wasn't dead.
Right. She knew that he wasn't.
Oh, okay.
She just couldn't get a hold of him.
Okay.
Because remember, this is 1991. You just can't. Who has cell phones in 1991? Not I.
No. You were born, bitch.
I know I was barely learning how to like probably sit up by myself and shit.
And you're like, not I. Pues no, pendeja, of course not.
So como de ahí no la sacaban, la mandaron al hospital to get checked out to see, she like a rape kit and check out her injuries.
Her wounds, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
After her injuries get examined, they noticed that they didn't come from having a struggle or struggling against somebody. So since they had found those body parts in her car, that was enough for the police to be able to get a warrant for their apartment where they lived. When the police entered the apartment, it looked kind of messy. It was kind of cluttered.
Okay.
There was just like a bunch of como cajas llenas de computer parts because Bill used to fix and resell computers. So he used to do that. And that would just clutter up. Literally, it would just clutter up the whole apartment of of those boxes. The police dig through the boxes, and inside some of the boxes encontraron maletas. And then inside the maletas, there were trash bags.
Okay.
Like the ones they had found in Omaima's car.
Okay.
Filled with body parts.
No mames.
Wrapped in like newspapers. The body parts were wrapped in newspapers inside of the suitcases, inside of the boxes. Also in a bag, they find a broken lamp and an iron, like with hair and blood on it still. In the kitchen, hold on to your ass.
My ass? My calzones?
Yes, hold on to your calzones. Whatever you want.
Okay.
In the kitchen, they found hands in a frying pan, which had been fried in oil, along with white turkey meat. Because remember, it had just been Thanksgiving.
Wait a minute. The hands.
Hands. Human hands.
Las manos.
Human hands.
De un
human
humano.
hand. Yes.
Haciendo las chicharrones. Like straight up.
I don't know if she was trying to make chicharrones, but she was frying them in oil.
So,
in the freezer.
Hold on. Sacó la pinche vasija y le echó el aceite de aguacate para que no le haga daño, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Y luego puso las body parts, las manos con el turkey, porque para cambiarle la different flavor, las puso
enfriar. No,
a friar.
Yeah.
Okay.
When they look in the freezer, they find Bill's head, and it was wrapped in aluminum foil, which was among Thanksgiving leftovers también. It had been fried, and it had been bad. It was just super badly, like, quemada. It was burnt. Pieces of another body part were found in the trash with cranberry sauce.
I'm confused. Was she making the dinner, or was she reheating the dinner?
I think she was reheating it, because he died on November 30th, and Thanksgiving Day was the 28th.
I don't know about this. This is something I really does not ever happen to me. I'm speechless.
When they made their way to the bedroom, they found it just completely destroyed. It was trashed. The posters of the bed, because they had a 4-poster bed, and they were broken off, right? So it looked like somebody had been tied up. They were like, okay, she had said that she had been tied up, right? También the mattress was like completely soaked with blood all the way through, and even the box springs under the mattress.
So, ¿y dónde están los vecinos, tú?
When the police made their way into the bathroom, they found Bill's torso. At this point, they're assuming it's Bill because the body parts haven't been identified as Bill, right? So they find a torso hanging over the bathtub. It had been skinned.
No.
Así como toda Catherine Knight.
¿Y qué hizo con eso? ¿Qué pensaba que era marrano? ¿Qué vergas?
I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm sorry. I was learning how to sit up.
Okay.
I didn't have a cell phone. And I wasn't there.
Hopefully you didn't have a cell phone. That would be fucking weird.
Police were like, I don't think she was the one that was tied up.
Yeah. You think?
Right?
Put two and two together.
You're like, obviously this blood, how can she have lost so much blood? Obviously that's a lot of fucking blood. To soak all the way through the mattress onto the box springs, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
They even looked through like the bags of the body parts that they had found, and they noticed that where the legs were at, they had marks of like bruising, where if somebody's tied up long enough, like it bruises around your ankles or your wrist.
Yeah, so you're telling me that the cops had to go through the bags como si fuera pinches groceries and shit.
So they find all of this at the apartment.
Okay.
And Omaima's still in the interrogation room, right? So they take all this information.
I need to know where the fuck these fucking neighbors are at.
They confront her with all this info. And she now changes her tune, of course. And she says que Bill está muerto.
Yeah.
And that she killed him.
Okay.
But that she doesn't remember doing it.
Oh, she forgot.
And she said that she just remembers finding him in trash bags. Y que she did remember that something inside of her was telling her to do it. Like demons.
Oh. At what point did the demons tell her to fry the manos con la cranberry sauce? I'm not sure. The demons were hungry?
I don't know.
Huh. Interesting.
We'll get there a little bit with another demon stuff.
Oh, okay.
A little bit later. She gets arrested.
These demons are interesting.
And her bond gets set at $250K.
Nada más?
Which in today's money, that's $545,000. But in 1991, we're in 1991. So Omaima está encerrada. She's in jail.
No creo que nadie la va a ir a sacar.
Right. And while she sits there, the remains that were found throughout the apartment finally get identified by the medical examiner as William Nelson. So his death was like...
AKA Bill.
Right. His death was fucking brutal. The autopsy report concluded that Bill's head had sustained 25 or more wounds, and which, if you remember from earlier, that police had found a bloody iron and a lamp.
Yeah.
With hair still on it.
Yeah.
It was also noted that the way that the body was cut up was pretty precise, and it looked like this wasn't the first time somebody had done this.
Uh-huh.
I know it kind of sounds kind of like gross or like bad to say, but they gathered the body parts that they found and they weighed them. And it came out that there was about 80 to 100 pounds missing of Bill Nelson. Because obviously they compared his information. Your driver's license is how much you...
Yeah, because he was a big man.
He was 6'4".
Yeah.
So they were like, there's something's missing here. Flesh is missing.
Either flesh or fucking the rest of his organs and shit.
When one of Omaima's and Bill's neighbors get interviewed by the Popo, he tells him that on that weekend, he heard the garbage disposal run for 2 days straight.
What the fuck?
He heard it like I guess it just finally fucking gave out. Like the poor thing was struggling. Like...
All of that?
All of that.
Wow. Did y'all hear this, guys? The garbage disposal went... Okay.
The neighbor said that he heard it breaking Saturday night, Sunday en la madrugada.
Ya, porque ya.
And cuando se le descompuso a Omaima, then that's when she went to go knock on Jose's door December 1st, which was that Sunday. Because remember, at the beginning, alguien le tocó bien temprano. He was like, I don't know who that is, so I didn't answer. So he didn't answer until later that day.
So she went back over there?
Yes.
Okay. So the garbage disposal.
She was getting rid of him. Allegedly, so far.
Okay.
So this is what the police kind of have gathered from what they've gathered.
Yeah.
Bill and Omaima were having like BDSM relations at night, and Bill was the one that was tied up, not Omaima. And while he was tied up, she beat him over the head with either the iron or the lamp or both, killing him. She cut him up, cooked his hands and head, skinned the torso, and tried to get rid of some of parts of Bill by putting him down the garbage disposal, and then putting the other body parts in bags to get rid of him.
I don't know what her mental process was, though. I mean, ponte a pensar, está bien pero es como, por ejemplo, cuando matas un marrano o una vaca or something like that, like, that's a lot of meat.
And I know, I don't want to compare it to Catherine Knight, but I mean, with Catherine Knight, she had experience, because she used to work at the...
That's what I'm saying. Like, you imagine, like... I don't know. Like, I don't know what her... Like, no entiendo qué es lo que ella pensó. Like, what did she think she was going to get out of it? I'm going to get rid of it by, like, putting it down the garbage disposal? Like,
all of him?
Like, bitch,
when are you going to fucking finish?
You had a whole fucking torso and organs and legs and shit and fucking
head.
hands. Like, she thought that by frying them, she was going to get rid... Like, I don't get it.
Hold on. There's going to be more.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, so investigators are doing their shit, doing their work, and they start looking into Omaima's past. And they find out that she has a record.
Oh, she has a record?
Yes.
Okay.
Past boyfriends had accused her of stealing from them, like money, valuables, and even a car.
A whole ass car. Okay.
A whole ass car. She had also been arrested previously in 1989. She had been caught stealing merchandise from a store and was confronted by 2 female officers. When they confronted her, they're like, hey, can we like search you? You're sus. She went violent. She lost it. And they said that she like almost bit off the breast of one of the police officers. Y la otra le metió el mano to their crotch, like, and just so hard that the lady fell to her knees, and this bitch just like ran off. And she was eventually captured, and she spent a few months in jail. After she got out, she met and moved in with another man named Robert Hansen. Robert Hansen, también, he was older. You could tell he was old when you see like the trial videos. He's there testifying, and se mira también está viejón. And so cuando salió todo esto de Bill y que Omaima was a suspect and all this stuff, he reached out to the police and told them what happened to him with Omaima when they were dating.
Él tenía también una historia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Robert Hansen told the police that Omaima had lived with him for a short period of time because they had a relationship. They were together. That one night, Omaima offered to tie him up and that he agreed, right? They thought she was like a kink, right? Once he was tied up, Omaima pulled out a gun and told him to give her all his money or that she was going to kill him. And I guess she hadn't tied him up like good enough. Y él se soltó and he like fought her, took the gun away from her and then just ended up kicking her out. And he says that he never saw her again. Y que he didn't come forward because he was embarrassed, kind of like humiliated that, you know, a girl, because she was young at the time. She was what, like 22? Had done this to him. You know, he's a grown-ass man. So he never just said anything. So the charges for Robert's assault get piled on to the murder charge that Omaima gets charged with. Okay. So on top of the murder charge, there's the assault charges for Robert.
Okay.
So Omaima's trial begins on December 2nd of 1992. So it's literally a year and a day that she killed Robert, that she
assaulted Robert.
It was a year to the day that she got caught for Bill's murder.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
Sorry.
It took him a year to do the trial and all, to get it ready for trial. Okay.
So during the trial, her defense team said that Omaima had acted in self-defense, that Bill was emotionally and physically abusive toward Omaima throughout their relationship, and he would force her to have sex with him, and he would like degrade her, and that she had such a traumatic childhood that it played a part in the manner that she killed Bill, and that all that trauma had built up that she just snapped that day and killed Bill. Not the movie, but she killed Bill, you know?
Not to be related, but...
She snapped.
Yeah, but...
The psychologist that evaluated Omaima also took the stand and testified that Omaima was super disturbed and kind of like childlike. Omaima had delusions and believed that ancient Egyptians were communicating with her and helped her kill Bill. And then I was like, ancient Egyptians? I was like, oh, like Yu-Gi-Oh? You know, but except instead of helping you like duel monsters, they're telling you how to kill someone.
No, ma'am.
And then,
I'm going to need you to keep those thoughts to yourself because no, not you.
Then these ancient Egyptians instructed her to dismember Bill's body so he wouldn't be able to meet Omaima in the afterlife, which is an actual Egyptian belief.
I believe that.
That if your body gets dismembered and scattered, you won't go into the afterlife. So that's their belief.
And I believe that as well, but it doesn't say anywhere on there about putting that shit on the frying pan con oil and making it with turkey and with cranberry sauce.
Right.
That has nothing to do with it.
But hold on. There's more. Omaima told the psychiatrist that she had cooked Bill's ribs barbecue style and that they were tasty just like she liked them.
No, ya te pasaste, verga. No. She ate him.
I'm like, what makes you want to taste a human? What?
No.
Never. Do you know cuando te like quemas una greña or like un pelo? You know how bad that fucking smells? Que te quemas like something like burned flesh? Ugh.
No.
I don't get it.
And then you fucked up with the barbecue sauce. I know we're in Texas. We love barbecue sauce.
I don't like barbecue sauce personally, but
not on my human. I don't like fucking barbecue sauce on humans.
Chicken nuggets?
Maybe.
Steak?
Maybe.
But from a cow. Not a person.
Not a person. I love me some fucking pork ribs, but not a fucking person's rib. No, ma'am. Se pasó de verga la vieja. No, es que no. And you're going to blame that on being...
Ancient Egyptians.
No, ancient Egyptians didn't tell you to fucking barbecue him. No, ma'am.
They don't know what barbecue is.
They don't know what barbecue is. Not today. No, ma'am.
It's not funny, right? But
it's not funny, but it's not okay either. No. They're going to need a better defense, baby girl, because that's not going to work on me. At least not on me.
When Omaima takes a stand, she says that night, Bill was going to rape her.
But he was tied up.
No, just that Bill was going to rape her. That she was tied up, remember?
That's what she said.
Yeah.
But based on the evidence, it seems like she wasn't tied up. He was tied up.
Right.
Okay.
And then that's when she grabbed the nearest object, que fue la lámpara. She broke it over his head. Y que luego agarró the next nearest item, which was una plancha, an iron. And that she hit him over the head with it until the handle broke off. Then, I know I didn't mention this earlier, but then the nearest item was a pair of scissors. It was she in the trial where she's testifying, she makes these motions that she was going like this over her shoulder because he was on top of her. Y que she was telling him to get off of her. And again, dice that she doesn't remember dismembering Bill. Todavía está con eso que no se acuerda that her next memory is being in the apartment and the trash bags are already filled with his body parts.
I wonder what made her put what body parts in what trash bag.
I don't think...
Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, you said the one trash bag had all the organs and the other trash... I mean, like, I wonder... And then what made her feel
I didn't
like...
say all organs, just
but
organs.
some organs.
Yeah.
And then, like, over here... Like in
Los pies.
And then like over there she had the head in the freezer with the, and then acá tenía
el torso colgado en el
baño sin skin. Y luego acá, what did she put down the fucking
garbage
disposal? Y luego las pinches manos frying and como si fueran chicharrones. Like, and then like
she was all over the place.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if the Egyptian goddesses were telling you to fucking do it, and then take out your ribs,
his ribs,
cut the ribs out perfectly to make them in barbecue, bitch.
Why?
No, not why, but how? Like, where the fuck? I need to know what utensils she used because you need some sharp ass fucking knives.
And for her to have done it, like,
because if he was 6'4", he must have been
big. He's a big man.
He's a big man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I need information about this.
So the prosecution, of course, presented Omaima's past to the jury, and which kind of showed a pattern, you know, that she would get with these men and she would use them for money and she would get what she could get from them and then move on to the next.
Yeah.
Robert Hansen also testified, and he said everything that happened to him with Omaima and how those events were really similar to what happened to Bill, except that Robert didn't die and Bill died.
That could have been him.
Right.
Yeah.
So the prosecution said that her motive was money related. Que esa noche on November 30th of 1991, Omaima tied Bill up, and made some sort of demands, like money-wise o algo. Y que Bill le dijo que no. Y esta se encabronó, and she just went into a rage, and she did what she did to Bill. The jury reached its final verdict on January 13th of 1993, and they found Omaima guilty of second-degree murder. And she was also found guilty of the assault on Robert Hansen and was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison.
What did she get for dismembering the body?
Everything, like the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's one. So while in prison, Omaima started a relationship with the man that was in his 70s.
Oh, Jesus.
And he was in a wheelchair, el señor pobrecito, because he was disabled. They got married and were able to have conjugal visits. So él la iba a visitar y toda la cosa así, al 100. Cuando el señor se murió, he left her a lot of money. So, I mean, she was still doing her thing from inside the prison.
She was working it, bitch.
Yep. I couldn't find the exact amount que cuánto lo dejó, but people were saying, or like news source or research material said that it was a good chunk of money.
I need to know, how did we go from you just ate this motherfucking man's ribs to you're going to get married to somebody that's 70
and
in
Omaima
a wheelchair?
Was eligible for parole in 2006. They're like, nah, fam.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Cool.
And she's actually up for parole again in 2026.
I want to know if her stomach hurt after eating that human flesh.
Good question.
Like, is our body capable of digesting our own?
I'm sure, yeah. But also, when I was looking into the material, or I watched an episode of Snapped, and one of the detective was like, the Jeffrey Dahmer case had just happened in July. Like, Jeffrey Dahmer had just been apprehended in July, and this happened in December, and their thoughts were like, fuck, is this another Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah.
I mean, because, she kept the head in the freezer, in the fridge, like fucking Jeffrey, like he did.
Yeah.
Ate him and all this stuff.
I know. It's just that everybody, like right now with the whole Jeffrey Dahmer thing, everybody, now that you mentioned that, everybody's making a big old mess about it. Like, oh my God, it's crazy, blah, blah, blah. Bro.
But that's been out there.
Bro, we've seen so many fucking cases of people that eat people and that
these aren't the only ones. It's nothing new.
It's nothing new, nothing like that. But just because they make this Netflix series about it, they're like, oh my God, Jeffrey Dahmer this and that. No, don't make him like fucking idol. I mean, not idolized, but
brand new.
Brand new. It's not brand new.
In 2022.
It's just because of the fact that there's so many out there.
Just like the Netflix. I mean, obviously it reaches more people.
Yeah. And
that
it was
way.
crazy the fact how Jeffrey Dahmer died in jail. I mean, that was not only that, but that was some shit of like fucking.
But
telenovela.
imagine that's true. Like being a detective, you're working this case, you find this shit out, and you just see the Jeffrey Dahmer shit just came out. You're like, are people really out here just fucking eating other people and keeping their heads and cutting them up?
Yeah,
it must have been insane. Imagine. I'm sure you're never gonna fucking forget that in your life ever.
In your life, 2 days of the fucking garbage disposal. My son put a fucking cart in my garbage disposal. I had to get a new one.
Yeah, I remember
then, how the fuck 2 days of like flesh?
Yeah. But yeah, that's the case of Omaima Nelson.
Omaima.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. And yeah, she's still. I think by the time she's in 2026, I think she's like in her 50s or something. So
because she was so young, dude. I wonder
she was 23.
I wonder what his family would say.
Oh,
like,
girl.
They were probably like, bitch, we knew it.
Something wasn't right. That's insane.
I'm looking her up. Oh, she's beautiful. She's 54 now. She was born in 1968. And
I hope she doesn't get paroled out.
Oh, shit. She took pictures. She has a picture with the red vet?
Yeah. You find out. Yeah, you guys can go her. I mean, we're going to post it on Instagram, right? I mean, Vanessa's going to post it on Instagram, right? So you guys are going to be able to see her. But yeah, I mean, she was 23. Estaba chiquita.
Wow. Well, that's the story of Omaima Nelson.
Cannibal.
And cannibal eating fucking ribs with barbecue
Talking
sauce.
to ancient Egyptians.
Ancient Egyptians.
And her psychiatrist did say that Omaima should have been sent to like a mental institution and not a prison.
Yeah, because then she ended up marrying another man in a wheelchair.
Yeah, pobrecito.
Y le quitó el money.
Le dio el money.
Le dio el money. And you know what? Thank you to Jose, because people like Jose are the reason people get caught.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if there's nothing else for you to go upon, thank you so much for listening to us,
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it.
Everybody, all those 3 people, maybe we're up to 4. I don't know yet. But, yeah. This was a very crazy
still
case.
Spooky. But it happened in November.
Very spooky, but it happened in November for sure. Yeah. So we're gonna keep going with this, and let's see what.
Barbie's next. Barbie episode will be next.
Barbie
next
episode
week.
will be next.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's a good one as well.
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, it's gonna be a good one.
I am excited. But I'm sure everybody else is excited.
Yes. Thank you so much. Leave us a comment if you can, or send us an email at cafecitoandcrimepod@gmail.com.
Or you can follow us on Instagram at Cafecito and Crime Pod.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys think about our podcast, how we're doing. We're already past our 20 episodes.
This is episode 26.
This is episode 26.
Yep.
Like, bro.
7 months. It's not December. 6 months.
6 months.
Oh shit, we've been doing this half a year already.
Half of a year.
That's cool.
Yeah. But thank you so much for listening. Let us know what you think. Y
have a good one.
Vidrios.
Bye.
Bye.